West Ham United. It's beginning to feel like an annual occurrence that they are just underperforming. Every season, expectations for the Hammers are high, but again, this season they are just not performing. At the time of recording, they sit 16th in the Premier League table, just 5 points out of the relegation zone. Not good at all for a team that had justified expectations of European football. Now, it's Pellegrini out, Mr. Rebuilding. G'day guys, how's it going? It is JarradHD here. Welcome back to another rebuild here on the channel in Rebuildmas. We head back to the Premier League. It's a rebuild that has been highly requested, especially in the past few weeks. We're taking over West Ham United, getting them back on track, and getting them a Champions League title. If you guys do go on to enjoy today's rebuild, however, and you're enjoying Rebuildmas, make sure you leave a like on the video. Also, if you are new around here, bloody scorpion kick that subscribe button down below. If you have not had the pleasure of seeing a rebuild video in the past, here are the rules. So the main objective is to win the UEFA Champions League. Every game in the rebuild is simulated except for the Champions League final. The transfers can be as unrealistic or realistic as we like. There's a big focus on the transfer window. And finally, of course, don't get butthurt if I sell your favorite player. There's the rules, let's get into the rebuild. So this is what our starting lineup looks like in season number 1. A few areas I want to improve this season. I want to get a new goalkeeper, I want to get a top quality centre midfielder, and I want to get a new right midfielder as well. Basically replacing the positions where players have reached their max, they have no more potential growth, and putting them in with new younger players. There's a lot of work to do here at West Ham, but overall, I think we've been given a half-decent squad to work with. Also, shout out my boy Ryan Fredericks. Played FIFA with him over in China. Still follows me on Twitter, and I think I'll carry that to my grave. So the opening piece of business in this West Ham rebuild is the sale of Angelo Ogbonna off to Real Sociedad for £7.7 million. And our first signing as West Ham manager is going to be Donny van de Beek, the Dutch midfielder. Joins us from Ajax for £40 million on the dot. I mean, if you watch the competitive FIFA series, the FIFA esports, this guy looks like the doppelganger of Brandon Smith, the commentator.
Hello West Ham fans, it's Donny van de Beek here. I'm very happy that I have joined the Irons for the upcoming season, and I cannot wait to get started. Come on, you Irons.
So we're officially taking the steps towards bringing in a new goalkeeper. Fabianski has been fantastic for West Ham in recent seasons, but it's purely an age factor in FIFA 20. 34 years of age. We've moved him on to Salzburg for £9.9 million. Not a big piece of business, but we have decided to loan out Ben Johnson to Brentford for the first season. And on the same day that Real Madrid are signing Paul Pogba, we have signed Thomas Strakosha from Lazio, £30 million for the Albanian goalkeeper. Two player departures here. Yarmolenko is off to Valencia for £15.3 million. And Robert Snodgrass is off to Celta Vigo for £6.9 million. A massive pickup here. It is Bernardeschi coming across from Juventus for £43.7 million. All of those player departures have led to this moment. The Italian midfielder surely going to make what I thought was going to be a decent season into a fantastic season. A very busy start to life here at West Ham United. Van de Beek, Strakosha, Bernardeschi into the club. Ogbonna, Fabianski, Snodgrass, and Yarmolenko all out of the club. I mean, currently, West Ham's goal is to avoid relegation. But for us, I'd be happy with a top half finish. That's the goal. So here we are. It is New Year's Day. We're 20 games through the Premier League season, and we are in a very strong position compared to where West Ham United are in real life. Liverpool currently top of the league with not a single loss, but we're focused on hopefully getting a Europa League spot here, sitting in 7th position on 37 points. Jack Wilshere desperately wanted out of the club, so we have decided to sell him. It's a change of scenery as he finally leaves English football and heads to Athletic Bilbao for £11 million. And we have taken action to upgrade the right back position. Fabrizio Bustos joining us here, coming across and signing for £18.4 million from Independiente. Welcome to West Ham United. Bustos in, Wilshere out. It's a pretty successful window for January standards. Starting to put the foundations into place. Let's see if we can qualify for European football at the end of season number 1. Okay, we've actually had a mad second half of the season and we are finished in 5th position for the opening Premier League season. Definitely a far cry from where I think West Ham are going to finish in real life. The power of Mr. Rebuild coming up nice and early. But European football coming to the London Stadium in Season 2 definitely exceeded my expectations. Nowhere near the top 4, but definitely happy with 5th. Liverpool did end up becoming Centurions and winning the Premier League title this season. And as we scroll down the table, it is going to be Crystal Palace, Southampton and Sheffield United getting relegated. Liverpool did take down Spurs to win the FA Cup this season. Man City took down Spurs to win the Carabao Cup. Not a good season for Spurs. PSG finally got a Champions League title, taking down Barcelona 2-1. And Inter Milan took down Getafe to win the Europa League. An extremely strong start to life here at West Ham United. Let's build upon it in Season 2 as we have European football. A transfer that might raise a few eyebrows here, as we have signed David Alaba as our new left back here. £51 million spent on the Austrian here, bringing him across from Bayern Munich, going to add a level of experience and just a whole new level of class to our squad. And it's another signing that a few people might not exactly agree with, but Harry Maguire is also joining us here at West Ham United. £40 million for the Englishman. Very, very keen to see what we can do with him. Mikel Antonio wanted out of the club, so we have sent him to Craven Cottage, off to Fulham for £8.2 million. And we have sold Jordan Hugill to Sheffield United, £3.2 million for him. Best of luck, mate. And we have sold Fabian Balbuena to Spurs for £14.7 million. I've just realised, you can't see it now, the text has covered it up, but Pochettino is still in the right-hand corner of that Spurs press conference. Didn't expect to be getting such a good centre-back duo this early on, but we have signed Jonathan Tah for £47.2 million from Manchester City. We brought in entirely class defenders in this window. Alaba, Maguire, Tah, all into the club with Antonio Hugill and Balbuena out of it. I wanted to sell a lot more players in terms of our reserves. There's a lot of deadwood in the club, but couldn't get it done. Our starting 11 growing quite evenly though. I want Declan Rice and Bustos to be part of the squad, but my fear for them is that the squad is growing too quickly for them. So we're in the Europa League this season. We're hoping to make Champions League football next season. Let's check in come January 1st. So halfway through the Premier League season, not an incredible start to the season. It's very, very similar to how we were last year. We find ourselves in 7th position, 10 points out of the top 4, but we are still in the hunt for Europa League football again next season. A lot can change with 17 games remaining in the Premier League. Would love to dethrone United and get up into that 4th position, but right now it's not looking that good. We're shaking things up a lot here. Manuel Lanzini desperately wanted out of the club. We've sold him to Liverpool for £32.5 million, and on the same day, after getting him only a season ago, I've sold Fabrizio Bustos to Borussia Dortmund for $27.2. Now that puts us with quite a decent amount of money. I'm thinking we go all out and get a very good right back. We have delivered on our word. Joshua Kimmich is now a hammer. Welcome to West Ham United. Joshua Kimmich, £63.5 million from Bayern Munich. Kimmich in, Lanzini and Bustos out. What a window it has been. I mean, I thought, like, when I started this, when I start rebuilds, I kind of have a prediction on how many seasons it's going to take. I thought 4 or 5 for West Ham. Now, if we make the Champions League next season, I really do think we could win it in season 3. So let's have a big second half of the season and qualify for Champions League football. Well, that is frustrating. We have finished the second season with West Ham in 6th position. I think that's enough to get us into the Europa League again next season, but we wanted Champions League football. Man City have won the Premier League, and as we scroll down, the relegated sides are going to be Fulham, Leeds, and Bristol, so the 3 promoted sides. Man City have taken down Spurs to win the FA Cup. We've won the Carabao Cup! Okay, so I think that definitely means Europa League football next season. You love to see it. We get some silverware with West Ham, the Carabao Cup. Man City have taken down Barcelona to win the Champions League here in Season 2. And Everton have won the Europa League on penalties, taking down Real Betis. How far did we get? Oh, we made it to the semi-finals. Come on, man. If we would have won the Europa League, that would have meant we played Champions League next season. Well, that's frustrating. So we continue to defy expectations. I would have loved to be playing Champions League football next season, but it is not to be. We're going to keep improving our side and see how far we can go with West Ham United. Giovanni Lo Celso is our first midfield signing, our first signing of this 3rd season. He is joining us from Real Betis for £74.2 million. We've spent most of our transfer budget on him, but he is going to just take our side to a new level. I've been persistent with Declan Rice, but we just need to take that next step to the next level. A player departure here as we sell Aaron Cresswell to Southampton for £2.85 million. Compared to the previous windows we've had, this one wasn't too crazy. Lo Celso in, Cresswell out. But our squad continues to improve. I want to go for a new left midfielder soon, but considering we're not in the Champions League right now, there's no rush for that, and there's one man in particular I have my eye on. I'll let you know if I do get him, but let's go and see how we're going come January 1st. Okay, so we're sitting in 5th position. We're on the cusp of Champions League qualification. I think anything but Champions League qualification this year is a failure. But we're in a good position to strike. We need a strong second half of the season, and hopefully we'll be able to get up to that 3rd, 4th position. Spurs currently top of the Premier League. Let's go see if we can get some business done in the January transfer window. I've spent most of my budget on Lo Celso, but we'll see what we can do. So, yeah, things have sort of kind of come full circle. We've sold David Alaba back to Bayern Munich, £65.5 million. Was that the same amount or near the same amount that I paid for him initially? I think we paid less for him, but still, we've sold Alaba. The whole reasoning behind signing Alaba was I thought we'd have a Champions League run potentially in the 3rd season. We're not going to, so I'm going to sell him and get a younger, higher rated upgrade, I guess you could say. At least that's my intention. I've definitely overpaid here. Like, that is ridiculously out of the question. I've paid so much money for Andrew Robertson, £90.7 million to be more exact, I should say. But my one goal for this window was a world-class left back. Robertson, 3 overall higher and 2 years younger than Alaba. Welcome to West Ham United, my friend. Robertson in, Alaba out. I'm very happy with that window. Look how many 89 rated players we have in our squad now. Surely we're going to qualify for the Champions League. Come on, West Ham. Come on, you Irons. 4th position. Get in there, lads. We have surely qualified for next season's Champions League, and I think we're going to have an insane opportunity to get it done. Tottenham couldn't go Centurions, but they have comfortably won the Premier League title, 10 points clear of Liverpool and Man United. We were only 15 points away from the title, which is quite decent, but as we scroll down the table, The relegated sides are going to be Watford, Brighton and Sheffield United. We lost the FA Cup final. Are you kidding me? We have lost 3-1 to Manchester United. Man City have won the Carabao Cup. Atletico Madrid have won an All-Spanish Champions League final. And Lyon have taken down Chelsea to win the Europa League. Last year, we were eliminated in the semis. Where did we get to this year? Are you kidding me? We lost to the winner again. We lost to Lyon 3-2 in the semi-finals of the Europa League. Champions League football coming to the London Stadium in season number 4. We've put together a very good core of players, but next year we're bound to take it to the next level. We begin this hopefully successful season with a signing to the left midfield position. It is Heung-min Son joining us from Real Madrid, coming back to English football. £86.1 million for the Korean. I'm going to play him on the left-hand side of the midfield. Welcome to West Ham United, Heung-min Son. And an upgrade to the right-hand side of our midfield. We've done the left-hand side, now we do the right as we bring in Bergwijn from Lyon. £65.1 million for the Dutch winger, a +1 overall upgrade on Bernadeschi, and he still has a lot of room to grow, so I'm excited to see what we can do with him this season. Welcome to West Ham United. It's no secret that I think we can win the Champions League this season, so I've made an insurance signing. I love my insurance signings, but we have signed David Soria from Getafe in La Liga for £26.3 million to be a backup goalkeeper to Strakosha. 3 players in, no players out. We bring in Heung-min Son, Bergwijn and Soria. Our side continues to grow. For the first time in the rebuild, we are going to check out our Champions League group. Valencia, Leipzig, and Dynamo Kiev. Interesting group. Valencia and Leipzig have some players that definitely grow quite nicely in career mode, but I would say that we would have to be the overwhelming favourites in this group. I would be extremely disappointed if we don't progress out of this group. There you go, just what the doctor ordered. We finished top of the group here. Not a single loss, only 4 goals conceded, and it is ourselves and RB Leipzig comfortably making it through to the round of 16. But now, we turn our attention to the round of 16 because we find out who we're going to face in the round of 16. We are facing Lyon. Okay, so that makes me a little bit happier that I signed Bergwijn from them at the start of the season. A lot of big clubs remain. Lyon, a pretty decent challenge, but definitely not the hardest side remaining. Of course, we are striving for another top 4 finish in the Premier League here, and we are currently on track beautifully for it. Only 1 point behind Man City, who currently lead the league. We're on 56 points. We're 10 points ahead of their 4th place Liverpool, so our spot in the top 4 looking very good. No real surprise that we have done no business in this January transfer window. I am hopeful that this is the side that can lead us to Champions League glory. The side continues to grow. I mean, look at that, Bergwijn's already gone up 2 overall since we've signed him. Love to see it. Let's go see how we go against Lyon. We grab our passports and head to France for the first leg here. It is the away leg. We have a full strength starting 11 out here. Come on, lads. Let's get some away goals on the board. The scoreline after the first leg is a 2-1 win. Bergwijn steps up to pick up a brace against his former side. Well done, mate. That's a decent lead, not an incredible lead, but a decent lead. Okay, the second leg. Now, a big challenge for us is the fact that we're missing both Robertson and Kimmich through suspension. So, it's going to be a big test here for Fredericks and Masuaku. We have the lead, but can we hold on to it? 2-1 up. Are we through to the quarters? Yes, we are. I think we are. Yeah, we went through in extra time. Bergwijn again got us to the Champions League quarterfinals in extra time. Let's go. That would have been 4-3 on aggregate. Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League quarterfinals. A different level compared to Lyon, but I'm excited to see how we go against them. Hopefully they sold Sancho, and hopefully not to one of the sides in the final 8, but Let's go take on Borussia Dortmund here. On the road once again for the first leg here, which I'm always a big fan of. And I'm also a big fan of the fact that we have a full strength starting 11 here for the first leg. The scoreline is a 0-0 draw. They do have Sancho. They do have quite a good side, to be fair. And they've held us to a 0-0 draw, which is not ideal. They definitely have the advantage because they didn't let us score any away goals. So if we don't keep a clean sheet, things are going to be made a lot more difficult. The second leg here at home against Borussia Dortmund. The scoreline is a 3-0 win. Yeah, alright, I'll take that. Van de Beek and Fornals scoring the goals. Let's go. We're through to the semi-finals of the Champions League. I was not expecting a 3-0 win. Juventus versus West Ham United in the Champions League semi-finals. The winner will be versing either Atletico Madrid or Liverpool, where Atletico Madrid have a 2-1 advantage. But we need to focus on ourselves. Can we take down the old lady and get ourselves through to the Champions League final here in Season 4? A bit of a blow as Haya is suspended and injured for the first leg here. So what I've done is I've put Heung-min Son into centre forward and Felipe Anderson returns back into the starting 11. Let's see if we can get some away goals on the board. The scoreline is a what? Van de Beek scores a hat-trick. Yeah, okay. We're probably going to the Champions League final. What an insane performance against a pretty star-studded Juventus side. 3-0 up here as we head into the second leg. I've decided to not put Haya back into the starting 11, want him to be back to full fitness. I've also put Van de Beek into the bench. I'm hopeful that nobody gets suspended. If we get a clean sheet, if we get a 0-0 draw with no injuries or suspensions, then I'm a very happy manager. Let's get through to the Champions League final. Let's confirm it. It is a 2-1 win to Juventus. We're through to the final. Van de Beek, I put him on the bench. He still gets a yellow card. Maguire gets a yellow card. Anderson injured. That ain't good. But we are through to the Champions League final regardless. Oh, come on! I put him on the bench for this reason. Van de Beek has been suspended and he can't play in the Champions League final. Come on! Atletico Madrid versus West Ham United here in the Champions League final for season number 4. We've got the odds stacked somewhat against us. Van de Beek suspended. Besides that, it's a full-strength squad, but definitely going to miss his presence. Madrid took down Liverpool 4-2 in the semi-finals. They took down Bayern Munich 4-2 in the quarters. And they took down Ajax 6-1 in the round of 16. So they have been very, very strong to get to this position. Taking a look around the other competitions, and Milan, AC Milan have taken down Man City 4-0 in the Europa League final. We have won the Premier League title with West Ham United 5 points ahead of Man City. Just the one loss all season, so we're Centurions, almost invincibles, but we are champions of England, meaning next season, if we don't take down Atletico Madrid tonight, we get another shot at the Champions League. As we scroll down the table, however, the relegated sides are going to be all from London: Fulham, Crystal Palace and Brentford. Chelsea did take down Man City to win the FA Cup, and Man City took down Everton to win the Carabao Cup. But here's a look at our squad report at the end of the season ahead of the highly contested and the hotly awaited Champions League final. We've built a very strong starting 11, a very strong backup system. Declan Rice is going to get a shot in this Champions League final. But, I mean, look at that. Donny van de Beek, 92 rated. It would have been so good to have him in the squad. Definitely going to miss him, but hopefully Declan Rice can step up for the final. Bergwijn, a good pickup this season. Heung-min Son, slightly going down, so he's going to need to prove his worth today. But overall, quite a good side here. Let's see if it's good enough, however, to become a champion what? I should say a UEFA Champions League winner. There we go. Let's get into the final. Diego Simeone's side is all that stands between us and a Champions League title. Let's get it done. Oh, it's nicely timed. Is it going to stay in for them? It does. Lamar up against Kimmich. Drills that one very deep there. Got to put something in front of it. Punched away from Strakosha. Now can we hit Atletico Madrid on the counter? Lo Celso going to Heung-min Son here. He's got the jump on Calabria. Looking for some support though. Heung-min Son is going to run it into the box. Screw it. Let's have a shot. What kind of a... Why didn't he have that with the left? Still on though. Lo Celso going here to Finals. Going back. Lo Celso 1-0. Let's go. Giovanni Lo Celso gives us the lead. 22 minutes into the Champions League final. What a start it was. A scuffed shot from Heung-min Son. Ironically gave us the opportunity. We got to reset. Great ball there. Lo Celso first time on the left foot. Oblak a step behind, and we take the lead nice and early. Here we go. That's fallen actually beautifully for us there, deflection-wise. Come on. Do I put it through? I do. Heung-min Son, get us a second. Oh, it's left foot. Get the follow-up. No. What a save from Oblak. We're all over them so far, though. A second goal would be absolutely fantastic. Look at the run. Declan Rice. No, it's Lo Celso again. I thought it was Declan Rice, but Giovanni Lo Celso, a brace within 33 minutes here in the Champions League final. What a start from the Argentine. Look at that tracking run there. Beautiful passing play. Oblak nowhere to be seen. And that is 2-0 in favour of West Ham United. Atletico Madrid on the attack, looking for a goal to get themselves back into this one. And they've forced a fantastic save at the near post from Strakosha. That was an absolute rocket from Tolisso. Look at this. Puts his laces through it. Fingertip stuff there. Digne on the attack here. Sending that one in. We can't head it away decently. Oh, I don't know why Strakosha was just watching that. But we have dodged a massive bullet there. Dembele with an opportunity to get Atletico Madrid back into this one. They're looking good in this second half. Here we go, Bergwijn on the attack. Going to Haya. Would love to get a third goal to virtually wrap things up. Haya! Oh, he hit the post to follow up. Oh, what a challenge from Calabria. Oh, that could have been the Champions League title secured. Lamar on the attack here. João Felix. Still time for Atletico Madrid. Half headed away from Maguire. It's fallen out here again. Come on, we need to get the ball just comfortably cleared. There we go, good stuff. Counter-attacking time. Fornals. Oh, this guy's quick, but Fornals is keeping up. Come on, mate. We're going to half drag it back. Fornals would have to be absolutely knackered by now. He's ran the whole field, but we're through. Hiya! Saved! Declan Rice puts the cherry on top! We're going to win the Champions League with West Ham United. How ironic. We doubted him. He's done the Volta celebration, but we doubted him when Van de Beek was suspended. Declan Rice following up, collecting the scraps, and securing the Champions League title for us here with West Ham United. There it is, fellas. The referee blows the full-time whistle. That is the West Ham United rebuild complete. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like on the video. Subscribe down below if you are new around here. Oh, enjoy the title celebrations. It has been JarradHD here. I am out. Peace.